Hello, welcome. I'm Jon Binnie, your spiritual psychic mentor here in Bonnie, Scotland. And I'm delighted to reach you today on the 9th of August, 2025. And I'm here to support you with the latest updates and channeled messages from our Mother Gaia, the spirit of planet Earth. My spirit guides, our extraterrestrial galactic brothers and sisters, and also the sun and moon and any other being that I invite into the safe space we create. I'm excited to support you with your questions and answers, which I'll come on to towards the end, and also predictions over the coming 3 months. Okay, well, let's get started. And first of all, I'd like to say a massive thank you to all of your incredible comments, and the energy in your comments is so palpable. I cried in the last video. I'm like, okay, Jon, we can do it. We can get through this video. If it was anything, it would be tears of gratitude. So thank you so much for your comments. I have been spending hours each day responding to your comments, and so sometimes, like today, I'm off to a marriage celebration. So, and I'm wearing a kilt, so look out for photos of that. But when I've got busier days, I'll be hearting your comments. So I definitely read them all, and I'll respond to as many as I can. But know that I always read them, and I always practice gratitude. I place my hand on my heart as I read them and really work on my continued journey to receive. So thank you so much. Okay, let's get started with creating a safe space. And so to do so, we'll take a deep breath in through the nose, nice and deep. And breathe out what no longer serves, our highest good, nice and loud. Breathe in through the nose, nice and deep. And breathe out any fear, shame, anxiety, or pain, nice and loud. And breathe in through the nose, nice and deep. And breathe out any remaining low vibration energy or emotion that no longer serves you, nice and loud. And continue to breathe deeply and calmly. And focus your attention now on the center of your heart, where your golden divine spark of your soul enters your human form. And from the center of your heart, extend a golden light, a cord of light, up through the top of your head and reach up into the sky and up into space and up through the stars, all the way up through the highest frequencies and dimensions of this universe, until you reach the highest dimension of the source of love of this universe. And there, connecting your light cord into the highest dimension of source. This beautiful golden white light of source. Remain connected to source and extend your light cord down through the stars and sky, back down to the top of your head and into your heart once more. And now this time from the center of your heart, extend a cord of light downwards, down through the root of your spine and deep into the earth, all the way down through the layers of the planet, going deeper and deeper until you reach the very core of Mother Earth. And there, connecting your light cord into Mother Gaia's crystalline heart. We send Mother Gaia so much love, gratitude at this time. Allow her to send her love back. Remain connected into Gaia's heart and extend your light cord back up through the layers of the planet, up through the root of your spine and into your heart once more. Now together with the light of source above and Mother Gaia below, expand out your golden bubble of protective light to surround you, about 2 meters out to each side, above and below, in front and behind you, and set the intention that only energies and entities with your permission, with your highest good, your love and compassion, can see you, access you, or exist within this space or within you. All other energies and entities must leave immediately. And into your safe space, invite in your spirit guides, your higher self, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Source, and Gaia, and ask at this time for their guidance, clearing, healing, protection, and assistance with the integration of today's messages. And let us take a moment to remind our hearts now of this beautiful protective bubble we've created around us. And we send this message to our hearts as I talk to your heart, and you talk to your heart also. Heart, it's safe to open. Heart, it's safe to open. Heart, it's safe to open. And allow your body to relax, your mind and heart to open. And remember these big, strong boundaries you've just created around you, this big golden bubble. And even though there's a storm raging outside, energetically, geologically, physically, above us and below us, even out in the universe around us, know that you are safe in this moment. For the duration that you choose, you are safe. And through space and time, I create a protective bubble around all of us who choose to engage in this video today and across space and time. And please take a deep breath in through the nose as I complete this safe space setup. Inviting in my spirit guides, my higher self, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Source and Gaia, Sol, the spirit of the sun, or Ra energy, the moon's soul, Luna. And I'd also like to invite in Archangel Metatron to help access the Akashic Records. Wonderful. We've got a party going on here today. Thank you so much for joining, and thank you so much for sticking with me through the safe space setup. It's so powerful because, as we heard, there's a lot going on outside of our hearts, outside of our consciousness, outside of our bodies, outside of our homes. And all of what's going on outside is a reflection of what's going on inside of us. So the more we can relax and feel safe, the more we create a safe space in the reality all around us, all around the world. And I'd like to start with a message from Mother Gaia. Perhaps Mother Gaia would like to step in. This is me asking her. Perhaps she'd like to step into me to channel a message for the highest good of all at this time, especially those of us that are perhaps concerned about the changes that are going on in the world, volcanoes, earthquakes, the weather, what's going on with our sun, what's going on with our world leaders in politics and changes, and then also these changes within us, our ascension symptoms, and all of the above. Okay, so let's ask Mother Guide, step forward to this time. Hold tight, dear souls. Hold on to your hearts as Jon holds his heart at this time. Hold on to your love and your compassion. Hold on to your safety. What you are nurturing inside of you at this time, within the wombs of all of you, yes, even the men, you are creating within your sacral chakras. You are rebirthing a new version of yourselves and in turn, a new version of this whole world. Just like a human birth, there is much drama in the birthing of a new child. There is much screaming and pain. There is even suffering. And yet, I see you all beginning to shine brighter. The more of you that are reconnecting with your hearts, you are helping join in this rebirthing, a new world, a new world. With your hand on your heart and your hand on your solar plexus or sacral chakra, on your navels, please feel into this beautiful new world. From the ashes of volcanoes, from the broken ground and shaken ground of earthquakes, from the new land masses that I form, from the ocean waves and these tsunamis that cause much destruction, and the geological weather events as they blow across the surface of the earth. All of these effects are blasting away all of what no longer serves you. I too cry with you. I cry with all the loved ones that are affected in these changes. And just as parents sometimes cry during the birthing of their new child, I cry with you. Let us hold peace, love, and compassion in our hearts for a moment as we extend our hearts and extend our love as beams of love energy across the whole planet at this time in a rainbow of connections from our hearts to theirs, to those who choose to accept it. We send our love and compassion to those in fear and suffering at this time. Please join me now as we do this. Every heart that receives our love is a little brighter. Every heart that receives our love is a little lighter. Every heart that receives our love remembers its love for itself a little more. Feel it. Feel this birthing. A new earth. A new earth shed of all of the constraints that hold the human race and this whole planet back. Breaking through the matrix of control and greed and fear. Disrupting the very systems that hold us back like a dark net, pinning us down across this planet. No longer will we suffer. No longer will we tolerate this. We are shaking this off to create a whole new birthing of a new world together. And what's more is that the heart within you, yes, you listening to this video right now, your heart is creating a new world. You do not need to have it all figured out. You just need to make some simple choices. Choosing these important feelings in your heart. And I ask these questions of you. Do you choose love? Do you choose compassion? Do you choose equality? Do you choose abundance? Do you choose unconditional love for all? Do you choose strong, sovereign boundaries? These are just some of the choices for you to make. Starting with just one. Do you choose love? I leave you with this message. Thank you, dear souls. Get some water. Wow, thank you, Mother Gaia. I feel there's such power and grace and beauty in those messages. And it's very humbling to be part of this new world with you guys, with you. And that we're creating it together. And we're creating it however we choose. And it's up to all of us to feel into what feels right for us. And I also want to acknowledge some really powerful comments that you've left in the videos where there's these themes, there's many powerful comments and many themes. One that's really struck me and really helped me has been this feeling of transformation, and words such as alchemy, transformation, transmutation, and that the reason that you're here watching this video at this time with me is that you're attracted to the frequency or matching the frequency of shifting out of fear and back home into your heart, finding your heart once more and allowing your heart to open up and to begin to birth this new world together. A new world of higher vibrations, of higher happiness, of, as I often say, fun, freedom, fabulous, flow, like whatever all your Fs are, you get to choose. And I feel that if I can just help one or two more hearts in the world shift out of their fear and a little bit more into their love for a little bit more time each day, then all this effort is more than worth it. And to be honest, the amount of love that you give me back in these videos is exponentially greater than the effort that I put in. So thank you so much. It's such an honor to receive. So thank you. Okay. Let's extend up. So it was really fascinating that, some of the things that Gaia didn't say. Oh, by the way, have you noticed my cool new haircut? There's this great guy in Scotland who cuts my hair. His name is Jon Binnie. And it's like, so yeah, I love cutting my hair. It means I don't need to brush it as much. So sorry, what was I saying of planetary significance and not just my hair? Yeah, so we didn't hear much from Gaia about Earth events, or we've heard in previous videos about August continuing to be an intense, time of intensity, and I feel that's why I felt in her energy that she shifted more into this feeling of we're in the thick of it now. We're in the turbulence now, and this is important to acknowledge because it's that feeling of, if you didn't know, let's say you had some, like, a blindfold on and some earplugs, and you're going through these strong sensations of like going up and down and up and down, and you didn't realize you're on a roller coaster, it would be pretty terrifying, right? And you just think, whatever's happening to me may just get worse. And it's not to say that on planet Earth things won't get worse. It's more that acknowledging that right now we're on a roller coaster, and this roller coaster is intense through August. And it's a repeated message I keep getting. So I'd like to ask my spirit guides, including my spirit guides who are Galactic Federation members, and also the Galactic Federation, a bit more about the upcoming Earth events, and can we receive any guidance about how to, what to look out for, when and where in the world, and how we can help keep ourselves in love and help birth a new world and keep, minimize the amount of time that we're spending in fear, cultivating less fear and cultivating more love. Less fear, more love. It's Jon's new dance. Okay, let's ask my spirit guides these questions, and asking one of my spirit guides to come forwards, especially if a spirit guide that's not introduced themselves here before, feel free to come forwards. Okay, so we're going to get some different answers some answers from different guides. So I have two. I don't talk about them much, and in these two guides, and partly because their names are totally unexpected for spirit guides. So they are from Sirius, both of them. They're twins. They still count as two different guides, and their names are. I try not to laugh at their names. Please, no judgment for their names in the comments, please. Their names are Ron and Tom. So let me ask them a little bit about what's going on Earth at this time. So they're saying they're busy watching and observing a lot of reconfiguration across the planet. And their role specifically is they're very interested in the Pacific tectonic plate, and they're drawing me down towards the area of Japan, and a little bit down towards Australia, New Zealand. And they're describing heat. They're using the word tropical energy. This hot, humid energy, and they're describing it as a local. I mean, local for me would be my town, but they're really describing the area. I'm just going to, they're describing this, they're showing me visuals, but I'd like to bring up a map because it helps me visualize some of it as well. And perhaps they could give some specifics about what and when we're seeing. Okay, so they're showing me across. So this is really hard to do with your hand, right? To represent the Pacific tectonic plate. So they're saying that imagine this is planet Earth. Okay, I feel planet Earth is a sphere, but let's for a minute imagine that this glass here is the Pacific tectonic plate, and this is the north at the nearest side to you, and this is the south nearest side to me, and so this is the west and east, and so over towards this side on Japan, what they're showing me is that the plate doing this action, and that's really fascinating. So it's the whole plate is, as it goes through eruptions, the whole plate is lifting up in different areas and moving around like this. Now, this might be, especially if you're a fan of Stephen Burns, and if you're not, go and check out his channel. It's a fantastic guy, and I love his work. It's funny because I love his work, and I try not to watch it because I try not to be consciously influenced by it when I'm doing this service to you. But I'll often do my video and then catch up on his stuff so that I'm not just regurgitating his work. So what I'm showing is this action to pay attention. This is feeling into September. This increase. So across Japan, Philippines, Papua New Guinea, Australia, and down to New Zealand, these areas of hot air and warmer humidity. And this feels that it's the aftermath of some volcanic release. And they're showing me on the map here where it is. So this is, I don't know what's here in the water, but let's say somewhere between north of Papua New Guinea and east of the Philippines. So Philippines, Papua New Guinea, and it's this area here. That's where they're showing some volcanic activity, significant volcanic activity So it's the end of August, because August is the crazy month. And then we heard that September settles a bit. So it's just on the end of August and into September. Okay. And I'm just asking, is there any, and this is an open question to all of my guides, including Mother Gaia as well, is there any concerns about the volcano activity causing, destruction, affecting or risking human or any life? And are there any tsunamis expected as a result of this? Okay. So they're showing me, remember this action of the Pacific tectonic plate moving like this over the Earth. They're saying that as the energy is released up into the east towards Philippines and Papua New Guinea, so as it comes up like this, there's a lot of volcanic energy and heat from the volcano and the magma and lava releasing. And that's what's causing these increased temperatures. These temperatures don't feel, I should put it in context, they don't feel cataclysmic. They just feel like on the upper end, maybe just over the kind of annual record for temperature in that time of year in those areas. And so as the heat's released on one side, on the other side, so this is up towards the US, so the kind of diagonal opposite, over up towards the west coast of the US, that's where a lot of the energy is released. And again, I'm asking the same question about threat to life or anything people need to prepare for. Yeah, Gaia says, just prepare for on the northwest coast of the US and up towards Alaska. And I know we've had a lot of activity in that region recently, and even in different areas across the US. Just being aware that as the tectonic plate kind of lifts at one side and then settles back and releases on the other side, that there will be some heavier seas and releasing of these energy waves. However, they also don't feel cataclysmic in any way. They do not feel super intense. I'm just asking for any numbers. Is there any estimations of the measurements of the earthquake and volcanic activity? 8. Some 8s and 9s, especially the initial release. Okay. And it's interesting, 8s and 9s, because August is 8, and we spoke about the end of August and a little bit into September as 9. So that is fantastic. Fantastic? It's not fantastic. It is fascinating. And also today is the 9th, the 9th of August. So my calendar in UK format is 9/8. Or if you're in the US, 8s and 9s. So yeah, that resonates. Thank you. Okay, fabulous. And I'm opening up the question to my spirit guides and Galactic Federation as well. So our extraterrestrial brothers and sisters represented from across the universe. Many of them up in ships above Earth at this time, including some of my guides, as I've physically seen them before as well as visiting them in meditations and during this work. Yeah, they're saying what really helps the planet settle back quickly is, first of all, and we've heard this continually since I started doing these videos a few weeks ago, is that Mother Gaia is releasing anger energy. She's releasing anger about a lot of it's the energy coming from us, ourselves, but also, directed towards the human race about the destruction we're causing upon the earth. As this energy releases, when someone's really angry, if you meet it with fear and anger, it's combative, right? So you end up like fighting, like war with war, if you like. And something that's much more powerful and much higher vibration, an emotion that's much higher vibration is, for example, love, also compassion. And compassion has been a big theme today in my Spirit Guides meditation message. And if you watch my Hi, it's Jon daily shorts on YouTube, you'll see me talking about this. And what I heard is that if we can, just like Guy was saying at the start and during our safe space setup, the more we can pour our love and compassion into these areas, not just when that work is going on and the earthquake and volcanic activities being released, that we can also, ahead of then, bring in our own love and compassion. And what it does is it doesn't neutralize anger. What it does is it helps transform it. It helps transmute that anger energy. So as well as it being released up out of the ground, up into the atmosphere, and released up into space, we can also smoothen that out. So I feel that, and I won't name names, but I had, some recent interactions with loved ones where they're venting a lot of anger, and I could feel their anger in my heart, and I could feel my anger rising. And I was so observant and allowing my anger to rise up, that I tried my very best not to just respond with anger, and instead began to, observe this in my mind and start talking to my heart and place my hand on my heart. And as I was saying inside to myself as my loved one was getting angry, was, just saying, what would love do? I really love this person. They're a loved one, and they're really hurting. They're releasing this anger, and it's important I witness this and bear witness to their releasing, and send them so much love as they do this, and feel compassion for them. So this is what we're being asked to do to help support planet Earth and Mother Gaia and all of the humans and living things across the planet at this time. So why don't we take a couple of minutes just now to do that? There's no time like the present. Well, there's only the present. Let me drink some water first of all. Okay, so let's do this. Let's ask Mother Gaia to assist, and all of the beings I've invited in, beautiful souls I've invited into today's session, and then also all of us watching the video at this time that have the highest good love and compassion for all. And I'd like us to remain anchored from our hearts deep into the ground, and imagine ourselves still connected firmly into the core of Mother Earth. Imagine yourself just rising gently up through the clouds into the sky and up through into space, still firmly anchored into Earth. And let's position our awareness, especially over the Pacific ring of fire, the tectonic plates of the Pacific, and all the living things within the oceans, in the sky, and the surrounding lands, countries, continents. And let's bring in our love from our hearts. So from the highest dimension of source, I bring down a column of source light, and encourage you with this column of source light to bring it down through the top of your head and into your heart, and to stream out love and compassion at this time to all the land, to Mother Gaia, to all the people, all the living things, everything in the surrounding areas and across the areas of the world that choose to accept this love. Let's send this love from our hearts now as I make the Om sound. Calming and soothing the raging wounds of earth, calming the rage of the volcanoes, the earthquakes, allowing their energy to be witnessed and released, and yet helping support them return to a natural, calm state of harmony and equilibrium as soon as they're ready. Sending in our love and compassion, let's take a few moments in silence to continue to send our love. Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much for taking part in this today. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to Gaia, and it means a lot to my guides and every living thing across the world at this time. Thank you, dear soul. So just come back to your body, and perhaps you'd like to join us and just come back down to earth. So just float gently back down, making sure you're fully in your body, coming back down into the ground, wherever you are in the world, feeling your feet and your toes, perhaps wiggling them a little bit, just making sure you're fully in your body. Okay, well done. Perhaps drink some water too. That's always helpful for me. Okay, so through recent videos, we've answered 58 questions. Let's answer a couple more, and then I need to head off for a wedding celebration, marriage celebration. Okay, so let's let's use my special beat bop special effects with my voice. And 1 second, I have a pedal for this. Okay, let me check this. Does this work? Beep bop, beep bop. It might do. I think I need to listen to my headphones. Hang on. Beep bop, beep bop. Beep bop, beep bop, beep bop. Great, it works. Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay, I didn't want to record. Didn't want to record all your question answers with an echo through the whole video. So I can see on my little mixing desk here, it's got a little FX mute. So that's good news. It means you can't hear the echo. But I'll turn it on while I choose randomly. Just asking my guides to help as well. Could you, spirit guides, could you help me randomly select the question that will, and the questions today that will serve the highest good for all. The highest good for all. Okay, let's do this. Beep, bop, beep, bop, beep, bop, beep, bop, beep. Okay. So, this question is from Kathy777. My granddaughter and I will be traveling from Oklahoma, USA to Scotland on the 24th of August through 7th of September. Can you ask Gaia and Source if the guides is a good time to travel? John, I am so grateful I found you. I'm learning so much. I just love your humor. Thank you. I am thankful that you don't put out fear, but love and positive energy. I'm going to Scotland in 3 weeks, and I'm looking forward to walking on the beach barefoot and meditating on the beach and in the woods. And I'm going to attempt to talk to trees as well. I'm just getting started on this enlightenment journey, and I can't wait to absorb all that Mother Gaia and Source has for me. Okay. So, and thank you, Kathy, and thank you for getting in touch as well. So I feel this trip is somewhat imminent. So let's still answer the question as it's come up. And let's open it for anyone that's traveling through August and September, such as between the US and Scotland. Let's just ask my spirit guides. Wow, okay, just so much all at once. Thank you. So this is from my elemental spirit guide, earth elemental spirit guide, in this lifetime, Maya. So Maya's showing me in the Gulf Stream that dominates the I was going to say the airwaves, which is a funny way of describing it. The air currents from the US, between the US and Scotland. She was showing me that there is a lot of turbulence in August, and a little bit in September is a really turbulent time. But she had this really beautiful message, and it's a really touching message to be able to share with you, Kathy. And I love your sevens, your 3 sevens. So this message is not just for you, Kathy, but it applies to many people. And Gaia says that if you feel strongly guided to travel during this time of chaos, know that deep within your heart there is purpose and reason. You will be divinely protected. You will be divinely guided on your path. Expect and anticipate some turbulence on your journeys. There will be air turbulence. There will be winds. There will even be delays to flights and some cancellations. But hold steady and hold fast within your belief that there is great purpose and meaning to these travels. For what I and my elementals, together with the source of love of this universe, are working together, conspiring together for your highest good, is to support you on this journey. Know that your journey shall happen. And she's saying this to you, Kathy, but she's also saying it to others, that if you feel strongly in your solar plexus, in your gut, feel strongly in your heart, that your travel is not just necessary, you feel part of your soul really wants it to happen. This is a big part of your life. And some of our travel, especially between the US and Scotland, they're big life events. And I've traveled between the two countries many, many times. And Gaia says that for some people where you don't feel the travel is fully necessary, or you maybe you have that feeling where you feel a bit obliged to do something, like, oh, someone invited me, or there's a relative I haven't seen in ages and I maybe should really do it. If you've got a lower vibration feeling, maybe towards guilt or obligation or duty, then just check in on yourself on that and feel into whether you really want to travel during these times. And then for people like Kathy, who are very much, the energy of what you're describing is very divinely guided. And it'd be so lovely to meet up, Kathy. These guys' messages, but hold steady through disruption, because know that it will happen. If it's meant to happen, it will happen. As they say in Scotland, if it's for you, it'll no go by you. If it's for you, it'll not go by you. So thank you so much, Kathy. That's a really beautiful question. You posted that on the 2nd of August. Okay, let's answer another. And then I think I need to go, I do need to go for a marriage celebration. Okay, so let's choose next one. Oh yeah, and I have my little beep bop pedal, don't I? Beep bop, 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 beep. Okay, we have a question. This looks Gaia related. So this is from Maggie P 3129. Thank you, Maggie P 3129. Question for Gaia. I had asked about the dams in China, which Gaia kindly answered. Now I'm wondering about the dams in the US, especially the large ones in the western half of the US. Are they going to be all right with all the earth changes? Wow, great question. Thank you. And I remember. I don't remember much in general, but I do remember that the question you had about China. It's funny because I don't really remember the answer. I remember the question. So let's ask Gaia, and then let's ask for. Oh wow, okay. So I'm glad I'm opening up this question to the Galactic Federation and also my spirit guides, and I'm feeling some tension and heaviness in just across the tops of my lungs and into my heart. So this is some of the collective fear about these dams. And I'm being shown towards I've never been to them. I'm sure I've heard of them, of dams in Vegas. In Las Vegas. We're just doing a little googly to see. Always wondered where. No way. That's the Hoover Dam. So I was really interested in. Wow, you've got a lot there, right? In the area. So yeah, what I was really interested in is it's not like, oh no, be in fear about that area. This was an area I was just first guided to. And this is a really lovely answer. This is, sometimes I feel like I feel that we're being taught how to behave with our new world, how to look after our new baby Earth that we're birthing together. So Mother Gaia says, you're right to be concerned. And this is because the man-made structures are brittle. It doesn't matter how giant they are or how strong they are, they often lack flexibility. She says that during earth tremors over on the West Coast, and we heard a little bit about that through it was more towards the north, right? Through the end of August and into September. She was saying that some of the dams, they're equipped to. Is this a thing? They have like some sort of overflow or pressure release system where they'll maybe they're used to using it more for high rainfall. But she was showing me, when the water levels are too high and they want to release more pressure. She was showing me that they may also be releasing this during times of expected earth tremors and earthquake activity to help reduce the burden on the dams themselves. And then I was shown that the really beautiful thing that we can do to help support these structures is to send in love and compassion to these areas. And I saw if you live in these areas, if you live in an area where they have a dam, and it can be pretty far away, some of the dams that we have in Scotland are a couple of hours drive away from where I live, and they're nothing like the scale of what we don't really need it because we have so much rainfall, but they're nothing like the scale that you see in other countries. Gaia was showing me, look at a map and take a look at some of the areas that you feel guided to support, and in a short meditation, and perhaps you join me doing this now. You send in love and compassion, and imagine, especially in the very fabric, the very atoms of the structures of the dams, to help bring in this love energy and compassion and flexibility and support for them. So let's do this now. And just imagining perhaps one or two dams. They could be anywhere in the world, anywhere that you feel guided to, anywhere that may struggle through holding integrity through the upcoming changes on Earth. And then just allow this to gently relax, bringing in this love energy from the highest dimension of source above as a column of golden light down into these dams, wherever they're going to consent to receive it, and to allow all that needs to be released, and the structural integrity to be supported and protected by this love energy of source flowing through every atom, every structure, every component, helping heal and clear and bring flexibility and strength. Okay, so that's the kind of first part. And just ground that source energy deep into the earth to anchor it down. And then let's also, and there's purpose behind, why these earth changes are happening, just as we experience some of the trauma during human births. There's also, and Gaia's showing me very vividly, she's showing me the waters breaking, and that's a term of when the, just during the birthing process, when labor really kicks off. And she says this breaking of waters for some dams that are causing these blockages. They're they are energetic blockages. They're not great. Some of them aren't great for the planet, even for humanity. And I'm not just talking about one country, I'm talking about all across the world. There are some dams that do need to break to burst, some waters that do need to break. And so for all of these areas that do need to release, wherever they are in the world, let's send in our source love energy from the highest dimension of source above down to these affected areas, and the lands and the people and every living thing that choose to accept and receive this love, to support you, to help you move out of the path, to follow your intuitions and signs and signals and alerts, to keep safe and to move to places when these releases, when these water breakings are happening. And also to hold in your hearts the hope and one day excitement, no matter what destruction has happened, that is an opportunity for rebirthing and for you to rebuild homes and habitats and environments in a whole new world that helps support you, your loved ones, and the highest good of all. Thank you. I'm just not being shown where those places are that are going to break. I don't feel that's decided. And one final message before we close today is I was shown that the Galactic Federation will also intervene. So we've, how to describe this? Some giant structures that humans make, not all humans want them to continue to exist, and that could include a dam, for example. There's this very kind of dark, nefarious energy behind even some people and companies that built these dams wanting to destroy them for their own profit. And it feels so counterintuitive, right? Like, why would anyone do that? And what the Galactic Federation are saying is that would impact the free will of significant volumes of people and living things, and they will not tolerate that, especially if you ask for help. So if you're in an area over the coming weeks and months where you have fears about something happening to either people instigating this or natural events or a kind of pseudo-natural events, natural events being triggered, or nature being weaponized against humanity, if you have any of those feelings, you can ask your spirit guides, ask the Galactic Federation, just say it out loud, say, Spirit Guides, Galactic Federation, I would love your help in supporting the safety of this dam, this structure, whatever it is. And as you say this, and you can say it each day if you want, it really helps enable, if you wonder how the universe works, it's a free will universe, and you have to give consent. You have to ask for help. And this is why I always, very, very careful with creating safe spaces. And whenever we're sending energy to others, always making sure that we only send it to those who, give their consent. This is all really important. Fantastic. Thank you. And so with that, I just like to thank Maggie P3129. What a powerful question, just incredible. I feel such a sense of responsibility to help support the earth. These little things, if you feel that these little things that you can do, sending love from your heart to another area, to another human, can make a difference, do it. And if you feel that it's just a few moments of your love and compassion extended, then you don't need to be, psychic to do this, right? We're all psychic. We all have these abilities. We're just learning how not only do they exist and that they're real and that we all have them, but we can all, just like exercising, building our muscles, we can really build up our strength doing this. And when we see and feel reactions to this, just as I see and feel the reactions from you in your comments when you say what your name is, where you're from, what your favorite hobbies are, tell me about your garden, tell me about your pets, I really, really love it. And it's this beautiful energy exchange as I'm open with you. I love it when you're open with me, and extending love and compassion to all. So thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for taking part in today, and thank you for your love and support in the videos. Please do share, like, and click the notification bell. We'll be back here. We'll be back live on Monday, and you'll see me with the amazing Viviane Heller. We'll be doing quantum psychic, Akashic readings, clearings, healings, predictions. And even if you put a question in here, you can always bring it along to that session, and we randomly select your questions and your requests and work through them free of charge. Donations are definitely welcome. Okay, so let's bring this to an end, thanking our guides, our higher selves, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Metatron, Source and Gaia. Thank you to the sun and the moon and every soul that's participated in today's session. Please stay within your individual golden bubble. Your individual golden bubble for as long as you choose. And step outside of the session space as I close the session space down and return to Source, or never return here again. Thank you so much. If you've watched today's video all the way to the end, almost another hour, thank you so much. Then why not let me know in the comments by repeating this beautiful mantra. Let me ask for this mantra from one of my guides. And this is from my mantis, my galactic mantis guide, Marita. She says, "My heart is changing this world. My heart is changing this world. My heart is changing this world." And she left, thank you, Marita. She left it open as to how you're changing the world, because she's making the point that if you're in fear and your heart is closed and tight and you're kind of shutting everything down and you're scared and in that fight or flight mode, then you are changing the world. We're always manifesting, we're always resonating out these waves of creation from our hearts. And so you get to choose whether it's fear in a low vibration or love in a high vibration. Hang on. High vibration. You get to choose. So whatever you do, I hope you have a beautiful day, a beautiful weekend, and take good care of yourself and everyone else. Sending so much love from Scotland. Thank you. I love you. Bye.